Hi, this is Adrienne from Bows and Clothes. Today we are making this bag, but this one we did as a MAV set, and it comes with your panel, and this was the coordinating prints around it. And instead of doing it this way, you can also do it with a big panel. I'm doing the 8x12 size right now. This was the 6x10 size. So I went ahead and stitched the first step. It looks like this. Now I've drawn arrows on mine so I don't put it on the wrong way, which I still tend to do anyhow. So you want to make sure that you keep it going top to the top when you flip it over. And you are taking one of your pieces of waterproof canvas, and you can either use this or you can use interfaced cotton, however it is that you want to do it. And it's going to stitch on the top line. So we're going to line this up, and you can use either sticky tape or double-sided sticky tape, or you can glue it. And I'm just putting a little bit of glue, which is actually maybe a little bit more than I had planned on, lined up to there, and just covering it up. And this is right side down. And then I'm going to wrap it around so I don't lose it and take it to my machine. And we are stitching step 2 here. Here's step 2 going, and it's just going to tack your fabric down. We're going to take it off the machine, come over here, and flip it over, again keeping my top at the top. Now you need this to go up. I have trouble keeping mine sticking, so I'm just going to hot glue right along here and fold this down. You can just use tape. It's a lot easier if you use lined fabric, not lined but interfaced fabric. And then I'm gonna tape it. Well, you know what? I don't have my tape because we did kitchen stuff, so it's in the kitchen. Never mind, I would tape it if I had it. And then my next one, I'm going to line up going along this bottom line here. And again, I'm just using hot glue with mine. You can use right side down. You can use anything you want, tape or double-sided sticky tape. So then it'll go like this once it's done. So we leave that down. Wrap it around. Wait, keep your up on your up. And back to our machine. And move these out of the way, of course. I'm gonna stitch step 2. Wait, no, 3, sorry. We go again. And same concept, you want this one to go down, so I'm just gonna gluey mine. Oh man, I'm running out of glue. Down we go. Again, I really wish I had my blue tape, but I don't. And then we're flipping it over. You can kind of see through my stabilizer. Here's our middle. And now we are using our zipper. Where did zipper go? Zipper. I put my pole on it already and just cut it 2 inches longer because I've seen me attempt to put poles on, and let me tell you, it's not good. For here, I am going to use my double-sided sticky tape, at least for some of it. And I'm going to put it right along my little edge. Well, that one got a lot longer. There. This is just the 1/8 inch. I just got it on Amazon, nothing fancy. My machine does go through it. Lots of people say it gums up their needle. I have not actually had that happen yet, but I don't have very many issues with my machine in general. So then I'm gonna line my zipper up right in between. You can see I'm overlapping just very slightly over here. And this side I overlapped a lot because that has my pull and I need that to stay out of the way. Right here where I didn't actually get any tape, I'm just gonna sticky glue it down. Sticky glue again. There. And I'm gonna fold these little guys up just to move it back to my machine. And back we go. Unfold. And now we are stitching step 4. And it's going to not only tack my zipper down, but it's also going to tack my little fold line down. Make sure my zipper stays. Okay, now we're close. Was a positive there. Go back to our table. And now we are going to put our panels on. I'm going to use double-sided sticky tape again. And we are just going right out here. I don't really want to take the chance that my needles will gum up like everyone says they do. So we're going to keep it out of the way. Ah! Oopsie, that wasn't it. Oh, now I've twisted it. Oh, now I've double twisted it. There we go. Oh, that was a good placement. We're gonna try harder on that side now. Okay. Oh, that was terrible. Do a better job. That's all I can suggest. So I'm just gonna scrape you my little piece off. And you, come here. Come on. There we go. Now we have our panels, and you need to make sure that your top has a perfectly straight cut along it. And we want to make sure that we line it up so it's even on both sides, which is not there. And you can either go right up to your zipper teeth, how I'm doing it here. Sorry, or you can go, sorry, like a 1/4 inch below it. If you want to show how cute your little zipper is, like the little fabricy part of it. I'm just going all the way to the top. And then I need my fabric. Again, wrap your fabric around it so you don't catch it in your hoop. Under your hoop is what I meant, not in it. Here. Down you go. And down you go. And I'm going to use my fingers to just make sure that it's all the way over here. And this is step 5 at stitching. Looking at it now, I might have used pink thread thinking about this again. Now we're going to move our zipper pull to the center. Or if you haven't put it on yet, now you want to put it on. Close enough. And now we're stitching step 6. And these are the lines for the edges of your zipper tabs. Oh man, except that one came unthreaded, so give me a moment to rethread. There we go. Pull that out of the way. Now we need our little 2" by 3" pieces. And yes, I have some lines on here. It doesn't matter because it's bigger than needed. And they go just slightly overlapping these little lines. I'm gonna stitch the next one, and you want them lined up pretty well in the center. But since they are a bit bigger than you need, then it's not a big deal if you don't line them up perfectly. And you can obviously tape these if you don't want to go with the hold and guess method. All right, one more step. We're gonna come over here. We are going to unpeel our zipper, which is stuck. And we are going to cut it back. And unpeel that. And then I want to cut out just a little bit more of my zipper teeth because this does get bulky. And it's just a lot easier if you don't have this much of your little zipper teeth here. So I'm just going to cut him out. Snip. Wait, I like snip. And then I am going to burn this shut. I do not want to get my vinyl. And it burns through my stabilizer almost every time. It's not a big deal as long as you don't get your fabric below. And we're going to do the same thing on this side. And if you can get close without needing to cut your zipper teeth, it's not needed to cut further up on your teeth out. But that one's pretty close. I'm satisfied with that. Yeah. All right. And where's my top? Ooh, follow the arrows. I'm gonna trim this. And then these will get bent back against that line on each side, and you can tape these down. I'm just gonna hold them because it's right there for me. I can toss this fabric all up and back to my machine. See, you go back and you go this way. Nice little line there. And we're stitching our final step. Which apparently goes the side first. Silly me. And then we're going to the other side. There we go. We are done stitching our embroidery stuff. My hoop is the big 8x14, and it's kind of loose, especially when you have a thinner stabilizer. And you needed to use tearaway. I have it in the directions, but I guess I should have said that in these directions first, or in my video, but I am out of tearaway and I do not ever think of ordering more by the time I'm back to my MacBook. So I didn't, which means once I get it out, I'm going to use my little scissors and cut out my stabilizer. But you should really just use tearaway. It's so much easier and you don't risk the chance of cutting your fabric after you've done all this, which yes, I have done, of course. And if you're really good at it, you can like run your scissors right along the edge. Obviously, I'm not good at it. Still not good at it. Since mine is just going to be for the video and for Morgan's show soon, I'm not that worried about it. And I would cut this out too, but that's okay. I'll do it later. So you're going to tear away all your stabilizer. You're going to, I caught that, silly. All right, throw your little pieces that you cut off further away from your hoop. You're going to trim these straight and cut off your extra right here. A nice straight little line. And then the other side. And then because I did not use tearaway, it's going to take me a bit to cut and tear out the rest of this. So I'm going to do that and I'll be back in a moment. So I went ahead and trimmed up all around my edges and cut these all off flush and even. I added my D-rings on my 1-inch little pieces and they go right up to the edges. It doesn't matter which side you put them on. Of course, they're facing in. And then I cut out 1.5 inches of both the lining, just laying it flat, of all my corners. So next, I am going to fold it in half. And I want to line up my little edge with this edge. So whoopsie. So this goes right there. And then I want to, oh man, where's all my clippies? Ah. All right, we're going to this corner. I have clippies over here. So once we line that up, we will clippy. Clippy down here. Now logically, these should line up together, which they do, so that makes me happy. And then we're going to do the same on this side. Line up my little teeny tiny edgies. Oh, that was a bad clippy job. Clippy. Again, down here. Clippy. And then same with this. And we're going to do the same on the other side. So, see. I'm going to sew it at a smaller stitch length. And I'm going to start in the middle here. Just because I think it is easier. I'm just going to use about a 1/4 inch seam allowance. So I want to keep those lined up perfectly. Now, I am stitching on a lower end. You want to clip all this, by the way. I'm just holding it because it takes longer. I'm stitching on a lower end machine, so going through thick does get hard. And this section, we want to be sure that we get this tight. So we're gonna go over it a few times. I need to lift my foot up to go over it. And I have to go slow. I'm gonna back up and go over it again. Because this is gonna be the top of your bag where the fold is. So it does get a whole lot of pressure here. On down. So the way I pull the bag, I do this all the time where it doesn't quite line up on the inside by the time I get to the edge of my fabric. So I'm just gonna trim it up once I get down here. Well, assuming I had scissors on this side, I'll just use my cutter. So obviously I missed because this rotated just slightly right here. If you're better at this than me, you've clipped it better, you've double-sided sticky taped it, whatever it is you've done, great, you can keep it. Otherwise you can trim your liner later. And then I'm gonna do it again from this side. And I'm just gonna go all the way down it again, going right over it, because again, reinforcement is great. Here's where I'm gonna line up. Oops, I got a little crooked here. I'm going to reinforce that edge a few times because, again, that will be on one of my little fold points later. And then we're going to do the other side just the same. So I trimmed this so it's nice and flat because I had made a little bit of a gathering. I don't know what you would call boo-boo. So we sewed up all of our edges all the way down. We stop at our corner. We did our bottom. We did all the way up here. And then on the bottom of your lining, you only want to go about 1.5 inches on each side because this is going to be your turn hole. So once you get to this point, you're going to pull your bag, line up your corners. I did not cut exactly 1.5 inches, as you can see. That's okay. You can pin these if you want or clip them. And we're going to sew this down flat. I'm going to take a big seam allowance because I didn't cut straight, so I want to make sure to catch the under fabric, which I still did not do, so we're going to take a larger seam allowance now. And if you make mistakes like this, it's either because you're a beginner or you're like me and you just make mistakes, and that's okay. This purse is so forgiving. So all this will do is make it so your liner is a teeny bit shorter on the inside. Caught it this time. Yay me. It's not that big of a deal. If you wanted to have it perfect, absolutely use your little squarey things. But if you're more like me, oopsie, I'm throwing Tylenol. I have a sick baby, sorry. And then we're gonna do the same thing for this side. Pinch, line up our little seams, which are not the best lineup. That's all right. And if you're using 3/8 inch seam or apparently a 1/2 inch seam like I'm doing, that's fine as long as you do it on the vinyl and the liner. I would suggest closer to 1/4 inch to 3/8. But if you missed, like I did, oopsie. And then we're gonna take our vinyl and do the same thing. Pinch our corners. I'm gonna make one seam go each direction. Get this little guy. Ooh, straighten out. Which way are you going? You're going that way, so you're going this way. Straighten them out the best you can. Then our last corner. So I'm bending that one down, this one up. Wow, squishy bag. There we go. Wait, I'm not happy with that. That's not flat enough. Flatten these little guys out. And a little bit, rotate, there we go. There we go, there's a straight line. And here we go. Moving on. Well, first I'm gonna shake all my threads out. Goodness. So now I'm gonna reach my hand in. Find, where is my zipper? Right there. I can feel it with my thumb. Open it up. Grab my bag and squish it through my hole. I'm going to fold my lining in. And you can pin or sticky tape it however you want to do it. I'm just holding mine. Just fold it in some. So it goes right along there to stitch our hole shut. Put on a bigger, longer stitch. Get them lined up. There we go. Snippy, snippy. Keep turning. Shove our liner down. Open our bag up. You want to push your little corners out. If you have, apparently a paintbrush will do because that's what I happen to find. I would normally suggest something more like a chopstick, but hey, if you have a spare paintbrush hanging around, you can straighten these out. Same with this side. I could cut my stabilizer out. If you would do tear away like the directions say, then you wouldn't have that. However, I am still out of tear away. Squishing those out. Bottom out. This bottom. Yeah. Straighten all your corners out. And there we go. Aren't you a cute little bag? And then I went ahead and made the strap. I just used the hardware that I stole from Fairy Tale Prints because it's upstairs in Morgan's. And these little guys clip here. And this is 1-inch webbing. Since Morgan sells it, I get to steal it. Works out. And there we go. And we are all done with it. Thanks, guys. See you later.